Es un simple respirar, es el poder limitar lo que hay dentro del actuar, sin sentido y explotar. Es un simple respirar, es el poder limitar lo que hay dentro del actuar, sin sentido y explotar. Ya no hay sentido de este olvido, si todo está definido. Debo llevarlo hasta el delirio, el destino guiará el camino y sin residuo el individuo teje con su propio hilo. Mejor jubilo el sonido que ha crecido en el olvido, llevando el ritmo a este sismo. En el cerebro solo hay visión, solo impede el mito, lleva el mito del amor a ese sitio sin dolor. Lidero el sitio del detonador, atacando el candor, arrasando con ardor, así con amor hay dolor. Es un simple respirar, es el poder limitar lo que hay dentro del actuar, sin sentido y explotar. Amada mía, que has mi vida, la columna de mi día a día, aguantando mis caídas, inventando así mis risas. Tú me llenas, tú me elevas, tú me quieres, me dejas, te quejas, te alejas, me mantienes entre rejas y me encanta. Eres mi diabla y mi santa, la virgen la que espanta, y por eso te adoro tanto. Eres mi risa, eres mi llanto, y entre tanto te amo tanto. Llevas la pasión adentro, fuego lento, intenso, y en el proceso yo me pierdo. Tanto sentimiento tenso, frena el cielo por tu propio peso. Es un simple respirar, es el poder limitar lo que hay dentro del actuar, sin sentido y explotar. Es un simple respirar, es el poder limitar lo que hay dentro del actuar, sin sentido y explotar. Es un simple respirar, es el poder limitar lo que hay dentro del actuar, sin sentido y explotar. Es un simple respirar, es el poder limitar lo que hay dentro del actuar, sin sentido y explotar. Dentro del actuar, sin sentido y explotar.
place on the way. Where you wanna go, 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 go. Where you wanna go, 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 go. Where you wanna go, 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 go. Where you wanna go, go, where you wanna go, 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 go,
Yeah, the screen is black. 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 No. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. All I'm getting down here is now the black screen has turned red. No. All I'm getting down here is now the black screen has turned red. No. All I'm getting down here is now the black screen has turned red. No. All I'm getting down here is now the black screen has turned red. No. All I'm getting down here is now the black screen has turned red. Could be the weather, couldn't it? All I'm getting down here is now the black screen has turned red. Could be the weather, couldn't it? All I'm getting down here is now the black screen has turned red. Could be the weather, couldn't it? Oh, what last message? Now the black screen has turned red. Could be the weather, couldn't it? All right. Oh, what last message? Now the black screen has turned red. Could be the weather, couldn't it? All right. Oh, what last message? Right. Where did it say October the 7th? Was that on the introductory slide or something? Or right. Well, anyway, good evening, everyone. I have no idea what date it is. I have nothing to do with that. That's all the technical stuff. And you know I don't do the technical stuff. So if there was something wrong, it's not my fault. I wash my hands of it. I blame it on the fact that the Queen died. Probably. I think because that seems to be the current excuse, doesn't it? We got mixed up because the Queen died. Or we did that because the Queen died. So I'm going to use that in future as an excuse. So there we go. It's because the Queen died. Fantastic hairstyle. It's... I'm not sure what's happening with this hairstyle. It's going all over the place, but thank you, Joe. I really am not sure what's happening with it. I think it's because when I was looking in the mirror, the mirror had got just a touch of dust on it, so I couldn't see properly. But thank you very much, Joe. And I'm not sure I would describe it as fantastic. It's I don't know. It looks a little like. It reminds me of somebody I used to know, and I always thought she had a very strange hairstyle. So I'm not sure that I'm not. Techie in my head has just said Nana. I'm not sure she had a hairstyle like that. I don't know what to do with it until it grows a bit more. There's nothing I can do. It's just a little strange. Obviously noticeable. But anyway, that's enough about me. What about you lot? Hope you're all well. Have you missed us? Have you noticed how we lead the way, where we lead others follow? Well, not sure about that. But, I mean, what? Called it What Crisis Quiz weeks ago. And then what's her name? Liz Truss say to Laura Koonsberg on Sunday? Crisis? What crisis? And what? That's our line. We're the ones doing the quiz, not you, Liz. She's... the techie thinks she may be following him on Twitter. Because this is going out on Twitter and Instagram. Is it on Instagram? No, it's not on Instagram. We haven't gone that far yet. Evening, Sarah. Twitter and YouTube. Oh, goodness me. We are spreading ourselves far and wide. So what's been going on? Well, we've been on holiday. Had a very good time. Started off a little strangely, rang a taxi so that we could get to the evening. Martin and Lynn rang a taxi so that we could get to the bus station to get the Skylink bus to the airport. And the girl on the other end said, by the way, I must tell you that there's a Derby County match on. I said, no, we're not going to that. She said, no, but it could mean that the traffic is bad. And we're only, 10 minutes away from the bus station. So I said, well, that's okay. I said, let the taxi come a little bit earlier. I said, and we I wanted it to come at 2:30. I said, what about 2:15? She said, ooh, don't know about that. I said, well, 2:00? She said, I said, but they're going to Pride Park. We're going to the station. It's a different way altogether. Well, not quite. And she said, oh, well, is there another bus you can catch afterwards? I said, yes. She said, because if you miss it, it's not our fault if I've told you about it. I said, no, I'm not saying it's your fault. I said, look, let it come at 2:10. And it was 1:10 at this point. She said, oh, all right. She obviously wasn't happy. She wanted to come a lot earlier. Anyway, the taxi turned up at 2:10. And we were at the bus station by 2:20. So we were able to catch not the bus after the one we wanted, but the one before. So we got to the airport in plenty of time. But she sort of, because she was fussing about it, I was going to say something else then. I forgot some of the things I was going to pack. So I ended up only packing one pair of trousers, summer trousers, and leaving my makeup behind, and various other bits and pieces. So I blamed the taxi driver for that. Silly woman. As it was, there were only about 3 people going to the match. We saw them. I think now that Derby is down in, is it Division 1, there's not quite as many people going to watch them. But never mind. We got the bus and we got the plane and all was well. And had a lovely time. It was nice and hot. The siblings went off on quad bikes at an adventure park. I was going to go with them because we'd booked for 3 people with thinking we'd have a double buggy and a quad bike. But it wasn't a buggy, it was a double quad bike, which meant that one of the siblings would have had to have me sitting behind them, clinging on and taking up an awful lot of room. So I said, that's not fair on either of you two. So I sent them off on their own on the quad bikes, and I sat and watched the horses being saddled for people to go trekking, which was rather nice, sitting in the sun with a couple of dogs running around, a little puppy, very sweet, very nice. But I didn't have any treat to give him, so he didn't like me particularly. And just enjoyed the sun and the relaxation. It's not as if I'm rushing around when I'm back here. And we picked up the new car, which we are very pleased with. Looking very nice, running very smoothly. And today we had the dash cam fitted. A very posh dash cam. It's got Alexa as well. So it'll sing to you. It'll do all sorts of things. And if you're stationary, if the car is parked outside the house and somebody runs into you, the camera is automatically activated and takes photos. So it's an all singing, all dancing dash cam. So there we go. So it's the voice in my head said it's a shame you can't do haircuts. Yeah. Right. Okay. So, but just looking at my watch. Better get started. I know we've had apologies from a couple of people. Debbie won't be with us because she's hurt her foot, and she's got to keep her foot up. But she said it's quite difficult to do that and have a pen and paper and her phone so that she can follow the quiz. So she said it's quite difficult. So she's not joining us, and Bob, who's a Zoomer, isn't joining us this week or next week. But welcome to the rest of you. And I'll go through the rounds for you. Round 1 is what's in a name, and it's basically I'll give you people's real names. Shut up, Fidel Sassoon. I'll give you people's real names. You have to write down how they are better known. Round 2 is think of a number, and it's 5 films and 5 books where the number, which is part of the title, is missing. Round 3 I've called Be Afraid, Be Very Afraid, and that's about fears and phobias. Then the interval with Find a Word. Round 4 is the picture round, that's the techie speciality, and this is collective animals. And round 5 is science and nature. So if you are ready, we'll start with round 1. I'll take a little sip of my Italian wine. Rather nice. Oh, hi Steph. And we're on Round one, what's in a name? Are you on your own tonight? Get your dad out here. And basically you have to identify the person from their real name. Some are straightforward, some are not. Some you may know, some you may not. Okay. Round one, number one, question one. Elena Lydia Vasilyevna Mironov is better known by what name? Elena Lydia Vasilyevna Mironov is better known by what name, Molly? I'll give you another name if you go walking over that keypad. Question two. Gordon Sumner is better known by what name? Gordon Sumner. Question three. Samuel Langhorne Clemens. Some of these are classic quiz questions. It depends if you go to quizzes or not, doesn't it? Haven't won the quiz in the local pub for the last couple of weeks. Samuel Langhorne Clemens. Question four. Norma Jean Mortensen. Norma Jean Mortensen. Question five. Stefani Germanotta. Stefani Germanotta. Question six. Farrokh Bulsara. Farrokh Bulsara. Question seven. Robert Allen Zimmerman. Robert Allen Zimmerman. Number eight, probably the hardest one, I would say. Jorge Mario Bergoglio. Jorge Mario Bergoglio. Number nine, Frances Ethel Gum. Frances Ethel Gum. And number 10, Paul Hewson. Paul Hewson. Now let me know if you want any repeating, or if you want any clues. Might give you a clue or two if absolutely necessary. One, 3, 9 and 10. Okay, number one, Elena Lydia Vasilyevna Mironov. Number one. Number 3, Samuel Langhorne Clemens. Number 9, Frances Ethel Gum. And number 10, Paul Hewson. Any other repeats? Right. I'll, none for you, Molly? No. Don't walk on the keypad. Okay, give you the answers then. Number 1, Elena Lydia Vasilievna Mironov was Helen Mirren. Number 2, Gordon Sumner is Sting. Number 3, Samuel Langhorne Clemens, Mark Twain. Number 4, Norma Jean Mortensen, Marilyn Monroe. Number 5, Stefani Germanotta is Lady Gaga. Number 6, Farrokh Bulsara, Freddie Mercury. Number 7, Robert Alan Zimmerman, Bob Dylan. Number 8, Jorge Maria Bergoglio, Pope Francis. Number 9, Frances Ethel Gum, Judy Garland. And number 10, Paul Hewson, Bono from U2. So how did you do on that round? Oh, there you are. What sort of scores did we get? Haha, have you only just arrived, Mr. Zoomer? Oh, Martin 3, Sarah 4, Joe 5. Oh dear. Ooh. Glynis only 6. That's a high score compared to the others. Oh dear me. Maybe I should have given some clues. Maybe I should have. Oh, sorry, you should have said, give me a clue. I'd have given you some clues. Oh dear. Well, let's move on to round 2. Think of a number. And there's a number missing from the titles that I give you. 5 films, 5 books. Although, having said that, the films have come from books. Some of the films have come from books, and some of the books have been made into films, or vice versa. So it's just as Peter guessed number 8 as Super Mario. I'm sure the Pope would be delighted. Be delighted with that, Peter. Excellent. I shall call him Super Mario from now on. Right, so it's a number that's missing. Excuse me, frog in the throat. It's my excuse. I've got to be careful when I read this out not to put the number in automatically. So number 1, blank years a slave. Blank years a slave. The number in brackets refers to the year of the film. Number 2, blank billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. Good film, that. Blank billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. Number 3, blank Charing Cross Road, which is TV as well as a film. Blank Charing Cross Road. Which I haven't seen, but it's supposed to be very good, I think. But which I always get mixed up with Blank Rillington Place, which I think is a totally different type of story. Number 4, blank degrees of separation. blank degrees of separation. Number 5, blank children and it. Blank children and it. Which I read as a book years and years and years and years ago. Question 6, Slaughterhouse Blank. And then I put the name of the author in brackets this time. Slaughterhouse Blank. Not one I think I've ever read. Although it's a classic, I think. Question 7, The Sign of Blank. So Sherlock Holmes, number 2 Sherlock Holmes book, a story. The Sign of Blank. Number 8, Blank Years of Solitude. Blank Years of Solitude. Number 9, And Then There Were Blank. One of Agatha Christie's classics. And Then There Were Blank. And number 10, a classic, Blank Angry Men. Probably, perhaps more famous as a film than a book, but nevertheless, Blank Angry Men. Very good, very good. Okay, let me know if you want any repeating. Has anyone scored naught before? You won't get naught, Joe. You won't get naught. Surely you know number 5. And number 10. But to the best of my knowledge, nobody's scored naught before. Not our strength, but unfortunately. I tried to pick ones that were fairly well known. I think I'm going to have to start thinking differently. Right, no repeats. Okay. Right. Number 1, 12 Years a Slave. I think that was an Oscar winner, wasn't it? Number 2, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. I think what's her name, Frances McDormand win an Oscar for that, I think. It was a good film. Number 3, 84 Charing Cross Road. Number 4, 6 Degrees of Separation. Number 5, 5 Children and It. Number 6, Slaughterhouse 5. Number 7, The Sign of 4. Number 8, 100 Years of Solitude. Number 9, And Then There Were None. And number 10, 12 Angry Men. I think, judging by the comments that have come through so far, not expecting high scores on that round. Oh dear. I'm going to get paranoid now. I'll change the subject. Anybody put their heating on yet? Thinking about it. Oh, getting better. Sarah got 5. Is it just you, Sarah, or Sarah and Anne? A storming 3. Thank God for 12. I assume you mean thank God rather than think God. If you think God. 9. Amazing guessing. Oh dear. And I thought I'd picked reasonably well known ones. I'm worried now about this next one. About fears. Anne's with me, thank goodness, that otherwise it would have been 2. Martin and Lynn 8. Oh, thank goodness for that. Phew. Glad about that. Right. Okay, round 3 is be afraid, be very afraid. Which was, can anybody tell me what that was the tagline to which film? Martin Hamlet. Poh! From Joe. Poh! Joe, don't show your feelings like that. Right. Round 3 is about things that people are afraid of, basically. So if you are ready. Question 1. Alfred Hitchcock suffered from overphobia, a fear of what? Really weird fear. Alfred Hitchcock suffered from overphobia, a fear of what? Oh, pa, not po. Thought po sounded just as good. Overphobia. Question 2. Johnny Depp, Daniel Radcliffe and P. Diddy have all been reported as being coulrophobes, fear of cats, clowns or cemeteries. Johnny Depp, Daniel Radcliffe and P. Diddy have all been reported as being coulrophobes, fear of cats, clowns or cemeteries. Question 3. Agoraphobia is the fear of what? Agoraphobia is the fear of what? Question 4. In the novel 1984, the protagonist, Winston Smith, has a fear of what particular creatures? In the novel 1984, the protagonist, Winston Smith, has a fear of what particular creatures? Question 5. Which female singer had a #1 hit single in 2009 with The Fear? Which female singer had a #1 hit single in 2009 with The Fear? British female singer, if that helps in any way. It's one of those that you either know it or you don't. Question 6. Glossophobia is the fear of what? Words, Public speaking or shiny objects. Glossophobia is the fear of what? Words, public speaking or shiny objects. Question 7. In his inaugural speech, Franklin D. Roosevelt said, "The only thing we have to fear is what?" In his inaugural speech, Franklin D. Roosevelt said, "The only thing we have to fear is what?" Question 8. I don't think I'm even going to attempt to say this. Hexacosioai hexaconta hexaphobia is the fear of which number? Hexacosioai hexaconta hexaphobia is the fear of which number? I mean, how can you even come up with a name like that? But it's, if you look at it carefully, it's fairly straightforward. The voice in my head said, "The devil's in the detail." Question 9. At first I was afraid, I was petrified is the opening line of which famous song? At first I was afraid, I was petrified is the opening line of which famous song? And question 10. Is the very rare condition of ibophobia a fear of numbers, long words, or palindromes? Is the very rare condition of ibophobia a fear of numbers, long words, or palindromes? I rather like that one. Okay, let me know if you need any repeating. We may not reach double figures this evening. I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. You may not. No repeats? Right. In which case I'll go through the answers. Question 1. Alfred Hitchcock suffered from ovophobia, which is a fear of eggs. Apparently he never ate a single egg in his life. He just couldn't cope with the idea of this white thing which had no openings, no holes in the end or anything, which then had a yellow in the inside. And he just found it really weird. So he never ate an egg in his life. Question 2. Coulrophobes have a fear of clowns. That seems to be a lot of people have that fear. Question 3, agoraphobia is the fear of open spaces or anything similar. Question 4, Winston Smith in 1984 had a fear of rats. I must read that again. Number 5, The Fear was a hit for Lily Allen. Question 6, glossophobia is the fear of public speaking. It could be the fear of glossop, couldn't it? Question 7, Franklin D. Roosevelt said, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Just fear will do. Number 8, hexacosioi, hexaconta, hexaphobia is the fear of the number 666, the number of the beast. Number 9, at first I was afraid I was petrified is the opening line of I Will Survive. And number 10, ibophobia is a fear of palindromes, and it's a palindrome itself, which is really sort of weird. Be afraid of palindromes, and the word for it is a palindrome. It is a bit cruel, isn't it? Says the voice in my head. Right, how did you do on that round? Martin Lynn 7. Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad. Sarah on a roll now, 6. Yeah, you're creeping up slowly. Glynis 7, Joe 6. You're in double figures. You see, you were too despondent. Too despondent. And Glynis 7. So, you know, it's not too bad. Not too bad. Right, we're going to have a break with Find a Word. The usual collection of letters, and see what sort of words we can come up with. So if you are ready. Consonant, vowel, J, consonant, consonant, vowel, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant. Looks weird with the lowercase as well as the uppercase. That's not an easy collection. Soak, stick, stack, stoic, coast from Sarah, ticks from Glynis, but you'd have jacks, couldn't you? But it didn't seem to be anything longer than 5. Nothing exciting. Not like apparently I read in the papers, contestant on Countdown last week who got 3 9-letter words. Whoa. Highest score ever in Countdown. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. Consonant, consonant, vowel. Should have gone for consonant, shouldn't it? Oh, jocks you could have had, yeah. Vowel, consonant, K again, consonant, vowel, vowel, consonant. Oh dear me. Whew. Foot is itching. Can't see anything reasonable from that lot. 2 F's, 2 K's, 2 E's. Fake. Ice, yeah, from Joe. Whew. Kick, yeah. That's about it, I think. Well. Oh, we'll move rapidly on to another one. Start with a vowel. Vowel, consonant, consonant, X, B, consonant, vowel, vowel, consonant, consonant. Oh, it's not being kind to us tonight. Crab, brave, bruv, brace, ex-bruv. Can't even get Brexit from it. Brace from Glynnis. Oh. Brave, brace. Sarah, you usually have a star on this. Nothing, nothing. No, I think we'd have one more quick go. Try and find something suitable. Consonant, consonant, vowel, vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel, vowel, consonant. Well, it looks a little more hopeful. We've got brave from Joe for the last one. Modes. Moist. Moisten. Moisten. Ah. For 7. Misted. Yeah, moistened. Sarah's got that. And add an ED, you got moistened. In fact, that's a 9. It's a 9, moistened. Moistened. It's a 9. Flipping heck. Modest. Demonize. Demist. A 9. The excitement is too much. Yeah. Demoisten. Wow. 2 9-letter words. Moistened and demoisten. Oh, well, going out on a roll, definitely. Oh, excellent. Can't beat that. So we'll go on to the second half. Oh, wow, wonderful. Hey. Oh, it's made my night now. Well, not quite, but you know what I mean. Right, on to the picture round. Remember, this is the techies round. The picture round. When a number of animal types congregate, they are referred to by a collective name. Do you know the collective names for these animals? To help, you will have 4 suggestions, one of which will be correct. And in fact, in a couple of cases, you can have more than one answer could be correct. So, make a start. This is ridiculous. Are you not getting on very well here, Joe? Did not learn all these from the... Do you remember that little... What was it? It was a blue first aid book. Well, it wasn't a first aid book. It was called a first aid to something or other. First aid that used to be in there. It was called a first aid to something or other. You might surprise yourself. You might surprise yourself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Pick a place on the way where you wanna go.
A muddle of quizzes. Yes, it's been surprising tonight. Never mind, sometimes you have to muddle through. Right, we'll go through the answers then to that round. Okay, number one, the ants. How are the Zoomers getting on? To the ants is a colony, an incompetence of quizzes. A colony of ants. Number two, a shrewdness of apes. Number three, a caravan of camels. Number four, a coalition of cheetahs. Number five, a float or a basque of crocodiles. You can have one or the other of those, a float or a basque. Number six, a convocation of eagles. Number seven, a charm of finches. Number eight, a tower of giraffes. Number nine, a troubling of goldfish. Why, I don't know, and the others were not particularly gloom, melancholy or distress. And number 10, a bloat of hippopotami, or a thunder, although that wasn't in there. A bloat of hippopotami. Right, I'm not sure I want to ask this, but how did you get on with that? Sarah Ann 5, okay. Martin Lynn 5. Joe 5, staggering. Glynis 5. Well, a consistency of quizzes. There we go. Oh, you all got 5, so that's all right. It might be all right. We'll see how it goes. So we come on to the final round, science and nature. I'm dreading what you think of this one. Question 1. A lack of what vitamin is the main cause of rickets in children? A lack of what vitamin is the main cause of rickets in children? And I think that's sort of making a comeback, isn't it? Or has been. I remember a lady who used to come and help my mother out in the house, and she'd had rickets as a child. Mrs. Harper. Yeah, she's had rickets. Okay, question 2. A mule is a cross between a male donkey. Don't give him the answer. Question 2. A mule is a cross between a male donkey and the female of which other animal? A mule is a cross between a male donkey and the female of what other animal? Question 3. In the human arm, which bone lies alongside the radius? In the human arm, which bone lies alongside the radius? Question 4. In what part of the body would you find the pineal gland? In what part of the body would you find the pineal gland? Just generally is all that's needed. Question 5. The malleus, incus and stapes are found in which part of the body? The malleus, incus and stapes are found in which part of the body? Question 6. What is the medical name for the collarbone? What is the medical name for the collarbone? Question 7. What kind of feet do palmipeds have? What kind of feet do palmipeds have? Question 8. Which garden insect belongs to the locust family? Which garden insect belongs to the locust family? Question 9. Which of the body's organs is affected by hepatitis? Which of the body's organs is affected by hepatitis? And question 10. Which pigment is responsible for tanning in human skin? Which pigment is responsible for tanning in human skin? And there's all your questions. Cheers. Cheers for what? Cheers for questions you can answer. Okay, let me know if you need any questions repeating. Question 9. Which of the body's organs is affected by hepatitis? Any other repeats? No? Right, in which case we go through the answers for the final round and see how well you all did tonight. Okay, question 1. It's a lack of vitamin D that is the main cause of rickets. Question 2. A mule is a cross between a male donkey and a female horse. Question 3. The bone that lies alongside the radius is the ulna. Question 4. You would find the pineal gland in the brain or head, I will accept as well. It's just somewhere around there. I'm not sure. Can't remember. I did read, but I can't remember what it does. But it's important. Question 5. The malleus, incus and stapes are found in the ear. Question 6. The medical name for the collarbone is the clavicle. Question 7. Palmipeds have webbed feet. They are web-footed. Question 8. The garden insect that belongs to the locust family is the grasshopper. Question 9. The organ affected by hepatitis is the liver. And question 10. The pigment responsible for tanning is melanin. So how did you do on the final round and overall? Do let us know. Or not, if you'd rather not. I think I'm going to have to find different sorts of questions for next week. Let's see. We'll see. What sort of scores? 9 for that round. Well done, Martin and Lynn. Sarah Gold, 9 and 29 in total. Drum roll. Joe, 8 in the final round, 27. Anyone else coming in? It's obviously a hard round. Just off to jump in the pro. Don't do that, Joe. Don't do that. Martin and Lynn, 32. Glynis, 9. Hooray. Total 36. Not so hooray. Well, it's the top score so far. So I wouldn't be too self-deprecating. I think Joe's off to jump in the brook because she got 27. So I'd take your victory if I were you. I really would. Exercising your grey cells. Right. Good to have you back. I'm not sure if people agree with that tonight after that quiz. I'll have a look carefully at the questions that I ask next week. And I'll look at a different hairstyle for next week, Joe. I've got some new shampoo and conditioner, pumpkin and watermelon. So we'll see what that does. And see if I can come up with a new hairstyle. Right, thank you all for coming along, and we'll see you next week. I hope we haven't put you off. Cheers, Martin. We'll do something different next week. Definitely. Tough quiz tonight, I'm going to do it. Do you say it's a tough quiz every week, Glenn? I'll make it. Well, I say I'll make it an easier one next week, but I'll just see what questions I come up with. You have to put up with them.